weird twist of fate, Netflix just released a documentary in January about pandemics. And one of the companies in that film is racing to the cutting edge to find a treatment. Here's Lauren Traeger from our St. Louis sister station, KMOV.
It's not a matter of if, but when.
It's almost as if Netflix had a crystal ball. A documentary released in January laying out how devastating a disease could be around the globe.
We're making a vaccine that could treat all future versions of flu.
Featured prominently a company called Distributed Bio on the West Coast, a company with a lofty goal.
A future population that isn't susceptible to diseases like this anymore.
Sharad Duragia is senior scientist.
You guys were sort of thinking about something like this long before we all were.
Sure, yeah. Our CEO, Jake, was at a BioThreats meeting in DC late January. And I think this is when the coronavirus was really starting to hit stateside. So shortly after he got out of the meeting, he gave me a call and said, I think this is something we really need to work on.
Instead of a universal flu vaccine, they threw every effort at curing the coronavirus.
We've moved at a tremendously fast rate, faster than we usually would in other antibody engineering or therapeutic programs that we have at our company.
Their idea, antibodies.
Whenever you get a viral infection, you have antibodies that either recognize that virus and they come and they kind of signal your immune system to attack it and destroy it. In the case of coronavirus, we don't have those natural occurring antibodies yet.
Other researchers like those at the Mayo Clinic have started studying antibodies from recovered coronavirus patients, some people now being treated with recovered patients' plasma. But Distributed Bio is doing it a little differently, converting antibodies from the previous SARS virus.
Instead of waiting for the human to develop their own antibodies or their own protection against COVID-19, we've gone ahead and started engineering those antibodies in our lab to kind of beat that timeline that it takes for the body to develop its own.
The possible result, treatment for people who are already sick and prevention for those who aren't yet.
If it can block this interaction, that means we got antibodies that work in kind of blocking this cascade of the virus when it enters the immune system.
They're hoping to start trials soon on hamsters, then humans. Time of the essence.
Is that top of mind for you?
Absolutely. In terms of getting it out even faster, we have to stick with the FDA guidelines and make sure that these antibodies are at the end of the day safe for human consumption and won't have any weird or alternative effects within the human system.
Like other treatments, testing and development will take time and resources.
We are doing our best to raise some money and crowdfund in order to move into human trials.
But the work important to save lives and move forward.
So we can go back to our normal lives of being able to go outside and see family and friends once again.
The military is now helping Distributed Bio with some of their testing. They hope the treatment could be online by maybe August, which is still a pretty expedited timeline for something like this. They also hope that those who are sick, the elderly, and medical professionals could get the treatment first before it would be available to everyone. I'm Lauren Traeger, KCTV 5 News.